What's it like when you see an actor dying the same way their role portrays them dying? Terrifying and truly disturbing, as if it was a premeditated murder instead of an accidental death. The same thing happened with Agnes Milowka, who died the same way as the role that she played in a horrible cave diving accident. How does a professional diver who has navigated the cave countless times before end up giving her life in a cave diving accident? Keep watching to find out. Stunt diver Agnes Milowka, who appears as a double in the already released film, reportedly died in one of the caves called the Tank Cave on February 27, 2011, after running out of oxygen. She also left her spare tank behind to force her way past the tight constriction, identical to the movie plot, and it's actually her performing Judes' drowning scene. Agnes was a dedicated cave diver and explorer who lived to go where no man had gone before, just like the role she portrays in the film. Cave exploring became more than simply a passion for her because of the sheer wonder of unknown pathways and where they lead. The center of her existence was exploring, mapping new cave systems, pushing the boundaries, and bringing back photos from her expeditions to share with the world what few would ever see with their own eyes. Many people would assume it was Agnes's first visit to the Tank Cave after hearing about the sad incident. However, this was not the case. She had visited Tank Cave numerous times before, and she had written about it, calling it the crowning treasure of all the caverns in the region. However, she claimed that the cave system was so intricate that it could be compared to a natural spider web. This was essentially a warning to aspiring cave divers to be extremely cautious while traversing the Tank Cave. Tank Cave got its name from a water tank just above the entrance. It's located in Mount Gambier, South Australia. Because the cave's entrance is underground, you must take a short ladder. The Cave Divers Association of Australia rigorously controls access to this entrance. Tank Cave is a rare discovery. Diving through it is a thrill, as well as a danger in and of itself. The cave's modest surface leads to a huge maze-like structure with about 23,000 feet of channel that cavers can dive through. It also has a lot of side channels, which makes it even harder to navigate. The cave is also quite shallow, having a maximum depth of approximately 65 feet. Its water is exceptionally clear, and you may dive through it with complete transparency and little to no obstruction. Tank Cave is one of Australia's longest underwater caves, with a fixed line that exceeds throughout the majority of it. Tank Cave is a complex and dangerous cave system resembling a spider web. Divers must undergo a step-by-step tutorial to familiarize themselves with the cave before accessing it, but even that doesn't guarantee complete safety. To ensure success, all diving protocols must be followed. Despite its extensive discovery, there's still much to discover and so many disturbingly difficult paths that nobody's ever seen before. The cave's tight restrictions make it difficult to see within due to its soft and mushy interiors. Some areas may require explorers to drag tanks with them. The cave's contained nature also makes it difficult to see due to large roof sections falling on divers, reducing water transparency and making it difficult to see around, leaving the divers in almost complete, horrifying darkness. Agnes Milowka, born in 1981 in Australia, was an internationally recognized cave explorer and diver with certifications such as PADI Open Water, Advanced Open Water and Rescue, CDAA Advanced Cave, and TDI Advanced Trimix. She was also an underwater photographer, author, maritime archaeologist, and cave explorer. In 2007, Agnes completed an internship program at St. Augustine, Florida, with the Lighthouse Archaeological Maritime Program, or LAMP, where she explored extensive cave systems. Agnes's passion for cave exploration led her to explore new cave systems, push boundaries, and return home with images of her adventures. She was drawn into the world of cave diving after discovering a hole in the bottom of Piccaninny Ponds near Mount Gambier in 2004. Agnes had the record for the longest cave dive in Australia for a female after reaching the midpoint of Crane Challenge 2008 line. She was part of many international diving projects and documentaries, gaining international recognition for her success in deeper cave systems across Australia and Florida. She collaborated with Disney Channel Japan in the National Geographic Nova TV expedition in 2009. She was a member of an expedition that searched for sinkholes in Queensland, Australia in 2008 and 2009. Agnes was also a photography assistant on the National Geographic magazine expedition to the Bahamas Caverns. She laid around 13,000 feet or 4,000 meters of line over various cave systems, the most significant of which was the Baptising Spring, also known as Mission. She and James Tolan added almost 9,800 feet or 3,000 meters to connect Peacock Springs and Baptising Spring. Because of her passion, she founded the Agnes Milowka Project, a TV show in which she featured underwater cave footage shot by Wedge Smiles and Karst Productions. During the making of James Cameron's film, she worked as a cave dive instructor for the actors. She was chosen as a Dive Right Ambassador in 2011, and she most recently served as a dive supervisor for the Trimip fashion label in their short film, Birth. To commemorate her death, the film was dedicated in her honor. Agnes was exploring the huge labyrinth of tunnels during her journey to Tank Cave, which she tweeted about on Friday, February 25, 2011. After becoming disoriented, Agnes ran out of breath and died. Her body was discovered some 1,800 feet or 550 meters from the cave's entrance, buried under 66 feet or 20 meters of water in a narrow passageway. But she wasn't suffocated. Agnes died from the silt she stirred up from the cave walls and floor after being separated from her diving partner. It was as if she remained calm until her dying breath as she struggled to free herself. She couldn't see anything and couldn't get out of the cave before she ran out of air. Her death could have also been caused by her aggressive behavior in the winding and tiny tunnels. She was left alone after diving into an extremely tiny rocky passage that took divers nearly an hour to reach, since the area she descended into couldn't accommodate two divers at the same time. As a result, diving alone under these conditions is not against the regulations. Agnes went missing around 1:45 p.m. on Sunday, February 27th. The divers teamed up using a guideline from the cave's entrance. Her fellow divers worked quite hard before they were able to collect her body. A video of the route she followed in the past was captured, giving the retriever team hope of finding her remains without drilling through the earth above, as others advised. They placed emergency tanks along the path they discovered, which led them to their deceased friend. The retriever team, which included her diving companion Dr. Harris, discovered her body around 1,970 feet, or 600 meters, within the cave system several hours after the missing report. A professional diver, dying in a diving incident in a cave she had navigated multiple times. This brings one question to mind. Was she truly all alone in that cave?